when I went over to the Washington Lab School, they gave me evaluation tests. For so long, people turned the other head, and I became as belligerent denier. When I went to the lab school, I took this test. They told me I was on a second grade reading level. I was 28 years old. But I knew I had to do something because I knew that football is a contact sport and a violent sport. And if I didn't educate myself and get to the next level, I'll be like a guy like Worley Taylor today. Worley Taylor I played with at Oklahoma State doing 28 years in the penitentiary. See, I didn't want to be Worley Taylor. I tell you, a great running back in Houston, Texas, named Ed Smith. Ed Smith had pushed a carton basket full of cans in Houston, Texas, right today. See, some of them can't make that transition. Because I went to the lab school, in 3 years I was reading on the Washington Post. So I can evaluate myself. I can elevate myself to the next level. I can get a job. I'm in a job search. See, if I don't do that, if I stay stuck and keep looking at my shoelaces, what happened to me? You stay in crime. Because who's going to hire you? How you going to have those job skills? So you automatically revert to crime. So it's important for education. But it's not so important to keep looking at your shoelace. You got to do something about it. See, it ain't found that birds eat worms. It ain't found that I was in that situation. It was for me something to do something about it. And because of that great tragedy on Joe Time today, I took off the Boy George makeup. Changed my life forever. Today I'm in the workforce. You know, if I kept feeling sorry for myself, what's going to happen to me? And I made a lot of bad decisions. But I want to tell you something, is that if you just walk this path with grace, dignity, and courage, I promise you, God will breathe in your direction. He did it for me, he'll do it for you. I just want to do the right thing.
Do you live in this area now, Dexter, or do you go to church?
I live in Bethesda. I go to Metropolitan Baptist Church.
Oh, down in D.C.?
In D.C.
Oh, H.B.T. Hicks' church?
You got it.
But when you think about it, like, you see brothers like Albert Haynesworth or other linemen.
I want to talk to him.
I mean, what could you say to help brothers like that?
Well, first of all, he has to surrender his ego and allow somebody to let him know the pros and cons. Because what he's doing, it won't be long. I'm hoping that he don't wind up giving all his money back and it's all over with.
Well, how hard is it for you to get in touch with him and talk to him? It seems like something easy to do.
Well, he has to want to, see, he got to want help. You know, but he's a guy, it's a good question, that he needs somebody to sort of sit down and talk with him and let him know, which I'm not sure that he knows the pros and cons. It's just that sometimes when you get 115 million for 6 years, it makes you think you're better than what you really are.
So what made the difference for you when you talking about God? Well, I mean, because you was out there going hard. I remember coming years ago. I mean, was it like you had to hit that tree, or hit the tree, or just what? How did God step into your life? How did you, or you stepped into His life?
Well, when I hit rock bottom, it's when I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Demoralization, you know, just the addiction, period. You know, being caught up in the grips of addiction and having a wife and kids, and that ain't what I want to leave. You know, I want to live. So now I had to change my whole vernacular. You know, first I had to draw the line in the sand and make a decision. Hey, what do I want to do with my life? And so, but again, I can't do it alone. You know, I had help.